Yeah, we're back with matches 4 and 5 in this league with Tariq Patel's Izzet Phoenix list. We started out 2 and 1 so far in this league. Video for that's already been posted on its Friday time slot. We're finishing this up on a Saturday morning. Hopefully, have this video posted either sometime this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Got a lot going on with friend's birthday party tonight. Have work for the next 5 days after today, so very busy times. Tariq's list been very solid. On paper so far for me, it's gone 10 and 2. Online, it's gone 5 and 3 so far. Obviously, the online meta seems to have players a little bit more in tune with their decks, a little bit more practice, so you don't get those little extra free wins sometimes you get when opponents make mistakes. Beyond that, list is very promising. There might be a slight shift in the list as far as like Graveyard Hate with Hogak Bridgevine no longer really being in the format. Obviously, that deck can adapt, but it's nowhere near as explosive or as powerful as it was. So some people are considering whether these 3 sideboard slots are necessary for Graveyard Hate, or if you can get away with only running 2. As a friendly reminder, if you like what you're seeing on the channel, please consider subscribing, giving us a thumbs up, leaving a constructive comment down below. And if this video happens to go up sometime soon, everyone keep your thoughts and prayers for people here in the United States in the path of now Hurricane Barry. With that, let's get into matches 4 and 5. Back for match number 4 here. We'll be on the play. It's always a good place to be. So I'd like to play first. Hand's fine, a little bit lacking in spells. I think the hand overall is fine. I have a thing on the ice on to have Aria of Flame. Just going to lead off on the fetch land, get that out of the way. We have a relatively painless mana base here. Valakut, this could be a little tricky. So I have Chalice main board? Hopefully we hit some spells here. Alright, pounce up to 4 mana. So next turn we get to flip the things, hit them for 14. Hopefully that'll be fast enough. And sideboarding, looks like we're bringing in Braids, Blood Moons, Spell Pierces, and Force of Negations, boarding out most of the burn spells, and Surgical Extractions and Lava Dart. So should have played Spire Bluff Canal. That might come back to bite us a little bit next turn, especially since we would have been able to go Manamorphose into Finale of Promise for 2, get back Manamorphose and Faithless Looting. Instead, we may have to settle for just casting one spell off Finale next turn. Obviously depends on what our opponent's got. But I think the worst combination of cards for us here would be Anger of the Gods plus Bolt. Kill one of the things in the ice. It's been a minute since I've seen Escape Shift list reasonably well, so Escape Shift. This looks like some of these lists run a one of Flame Slash. Is that Through the Breach? That's kind of annoying. Not really sure why they showed us Through the Breach there. I think it's still the same general concept as what we want to bring in. Alright, so bring in the Blood Moons. Bring in the Force of Negations. Bring in the Spell Pierces. Go down the Surgicals, the Lava Dart, the Bolts. Bring in a Braid for their copies of Chalice of the Void. The opening hand was pretty terrible. This one's pretty reasonable. Guess we put Finale of Promise on the bottom of the deck. Smashing Blood Moon's slightly annoying. Sure, Relic's not particularly relevant. Obviously Chalice on one would be annoying, but we really just want to hit our third land drop and Blood Moon them here. Ideally we'd like to draw a fetch land or an island here. The question is, do I Blood Moon them without a red source, or without a blue source? Okay, so game over. Yeah. See, if you think even remotely... So get 2 Valak hits. Gets 2 lands, deals us 12. We go to... Sure. I mean, we got turn 3 down to 8, so... But sometimes Blood Rune's just a messed up card, especially when your opponent's playing Summoners packs in their deck. So this has been John for MTG Nexus with match number 4. So after our first, 2 matches, probably lasting almost an hour combined, the next 2 matches lasted a combined 15-20 minutes of gameplay. We're doing good. Just a reminder, though, of how messed up a Magic card is Blood Moon can be in some circumstances. So, yeah. I mean, there was a debate for a long time whether Blood Moon versus Alpine Moon is right. Obviously, Alpine Moon is probably better against Tron, specifically on the keep his hand. This hand seems fine. Okay, so we're up against Mono Red Phoenix Prowess stuff. So got to shock here, which kind of sucks. Looking for a sleight of hand, looking for a land. Another cantrip, which is not really where we want to be in this situation right now. Interesting to see if they have Phoenixes in their deck. I do. Alright. I'm just gonna stumble too much and die here. Morphos. So we're basically dead right now. I'm probably going to go ahead and take the opportunity to surgical extract their deck. See what all they got going on. So, Benalia Promises, some Light Up the Stages, Soulscar Mages. So it looks like they're the Prowess version plus Crusher's the one that Great Trample on that. Surprised there's no copies of the one that gave haste. But yeah, it looks like they're just mono red stuff. Lava darts, gut shots, all the fun stuff. Alright. Is boarding out Aria, though, really correct? It feels like if they answer our creatures, we're in so much trouble anyway. And Spell Pierces. And sure, I guess. Feels like we could be bringing in Force of Negations to protect, this hand's gotta... Can we risk this hand? I think so with the Mountain Double Bolt hand. This hand could certainly, like, go sideways really quickly. I mean, yeah, if we ever hit lands, this hand will be great, but... Sure. Just in case they're still having gut shots in their deck. Womp womp. Alright, kept a risky hand there, got punished. So, it's the one thing about playing Phoenix is sometimes you keep hands that are a little bit borderline. Maybe that should have just been a mulligan, just because of the one red source and a bunch of blue cantrips in your hand. Not the first time I've kept a hand with, one card and not gotten there. Like, I think there was a time against one of the paper matches where I kept island, bunch of red things, never drew a red source. It's like, well, never drew a red source, never drew a blue cantrip. Sometimes you stumble and die against the faster aggro decks, unfortunately. I don't think that matchup's all that bad, but because you do have a lot of interaction for their fast draws. If we would have been able to hit land drops and then Anger of the Gods away their board, I think we would have been in pretty good shape there. But their deck does pile on damage very, very quickly, so sometimes in Modern, when you stumble, you die. So, anywho, so quick look at the deck. Don't know if I'd change anything quite yet. I'd wait and see how the format shakes out. Whether Dredge makes a surge back, thinking there will be a lack of graveyard heat, whether control will continue to be such a large presence, etc. Lots of things going on with the format right now. It's kind of in flux. Jun's kind of on an upsurge. Blue-White was on an upsurge there. Some decks were starting to pop up. Things like Devoted Druid and Infect were popping up big more. So, remains to be seen what will be happen with the format moving forward. But this has been John for MTG Nexus, finishing up this week's league. with Izzet Phoenix. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.